Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I am over in Everquest Legends, and I'm in Befallen. So I'm just at the very beginning of Befallen. And Batpod Games, I believe, sent me this Amulet of Necropolis once +1 yesterday, which is super cool. I can use it, I can just click on it in my hotbar, and it turns me into a little skeleton instead of big old ogre in a smaller place like this. Now, another thing I might want to do before we get going too fast is get my buffs on. So let's go load spell set and go to buffs. Ah, well, we've been attacked by some cracked skeletons. I wonder if casting the spells got them to attack me, because normally the gray guys don't seem to come after me, but perhaps casting near them caused that to happen. I'm not really sure. Okay, let's go back to here, and we'll go back to loading the buffs as we were. And what loading the buffs does is, basically I had to right-click on this little thing at the bottom here initially to save the spell set. And then I could load the buffs from there afterward by, just loading the spell set that I'd saved. Now we can cast the buffs, theoretically, if our thing turns off of a navigation or a movement key. Alright, so cast the buffs, and then I'll switch back over to the adventuring spell set that I made. Now you'll notice that I do a lot of fizzling. That's because I'm not super high level yet, and I'm also not great at casting spells yet. I just became a shaman at level 10, so I haven't really had a lot of opportunity to use all of these buffs yet. Also, I was told yesterday that apparently you don't automatically get all of your spells, and some of them you have to go and buy at a spell vendor. The bottom thing I have on this buff bar is a gate, so we don't want to cast that. It'll take us, I'm not sure honestly where it will take us back right now. If you look in, it would be like /CHARINFO, it says that our bind point is East Common Lands, and so theoretically that's where it should take us. But realistically, I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate. Now let's switch over to the adventuring set here. And also, plug my phone in while that happens. So that doesn't die. Next. There we are. Alright. Everything looks good now, I think. I will go ahead and turn on these boots of the long road to make me go a little bit faster. Okay, so we have this skeleton rod over here. Now, I don't know if I'm correct about casting near it, making it attack us. I wonder if I run this guy back into this little area here, will those guys attack or not? I don't know. Let's find out. It looks like not. I don't know if they would have if I had fought him from the other side. Maybe they would have. Anyway, not really sure. I think that we go through this door to get deeper into here. I'm not really sure on that. I think there's a couple of options. I think I could have gone to the door on the left as well. But if we go this way, we fall down, and oh look, they're going to come run around and attack me. And maybe they're going to gather up everything in their path along the way. So, that seems fun. Looks like they didn't. They just came by themselves, which is nice. I should have killed the initiate first, but alas, I did not. Doesn't matter too much. So, we got the rusty dagger from them. Let's click the Q to end the combat. It seems to kind of get stuck in combat a little bit. There are some spikes down here. Alright, so off we go, and I think there's an area right in here pretty soon where we get into a situation where there are a bunch of things respawning very quickly. So we'll have to be somewhat careful with that. But so far, so good. I did kind of okay. I fought a red named yesterday a couple of times. Managed to live. I did get killed once in here yesterday. But you can spawn again at the top of this place, so it's not that big of a deal. Even if you do get killed, you don't have very far to run. We're going to come run into this corner with this one. And hopefully not attract more. I don't really mind if I attract more, to be honest, because these guys aren't especially difficult. They can certainly pile up, especially whenever they start spawning on top of you while you're fighting. The respawn rate in here is pretty fast, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this guy before we get into part over there. Oh wow, they could see me all the way from there. You know what else? We could change the difficulty. And maybe I should. The fact that I was able to kill the reds yesterday at the 0 difficulty rating implies that, I don't know, maybe it's time to move up to level 1. I think that if I change to level 1, it'll load me into a new instance of this place and it'll restart me at the front. That's alright. I think that should be fine. Let's do it. Let's go. Oh, you cannot pick zone while in combat. Well, that's interesting. I don't feel that I'm in combat. Now I went back in and back out. Let's try again. Okay. Now we're gonna go for. Oh, we're in. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's go to level 1. I don't think that I have to recast my buffs or anything. I may have to recast my clicky buffs. I'm not sure. Yes, I will. So I've got to recast the skeleton thing and probably the boots, I'm assuming. One thing about changing into the skeleton is that every once in a while you laugh like the skeletons do, and so it's easy to not realize that you're not fighting a skeleton. So apparently fighting right here on top of this guy is also not attracting these skeletal excavators from, at least from where I'm at. And this is on difficulty level 1. I think I'm going to go this time this direction instead of jumping down that hole, if I can. Okay, I can't because we have this bit of a blockade here. Trying to jump over it, failing to jump over it. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see. Nope. No, I don't think so. I think it's a no-go right there. Now, I thought that I went went a different direction to get into there once. Maybe I had just come around this way before, and oh yeah, I bet it is. I bet that's exactly what happened. Alright, so if you come around this way, you can walk on this area here and not fall right into the lesser mummies. Now, if you look on the map, you'll see that you have no idea where anything is. There are a lot of dots on the map, so if you want to sort of head toward them, you know, you could try to navigate that way. In my case, I just run around randomly thus far. I have found that we can go the direction that I'm going to get kind of lower into the place where I need to be, but it's not the best method. I'm sure there's probably a better method. Somebody told me one day, about a different map. I don't remember what it was called. I do know that in Everquest 2, there's a different map that you can use, and it's called EQ2 maps. But as for which map is the best one to use for EverQuest Legends, I don't know. I have no idea. Faction standing with Burning Dead has been adjusted by -2. Well, I don't guess there's anything to do about that. One thing I've noticed is when you have it to where it auto switches to the next target after you kill something, then if you're killing something that has a pet, and you kill the thing that has the pet, but you don't kill the pet, then it keeps you in combat after the fight is over, because it switches over, and I think it doesn't realize that, hey, this thing is a pet, it's just gonna die. So I think that's what's going on. I could be wrong. Let's see if it happens again this time, because this guy obviously has a pet. I'm on him. And it did keep me in combat, so I do think that's what's happening. Next time I can try, if I remember to, killing the pet, and then trying to switch afterward. Okay, we got some guys on us here. We do have a name. We've got an Ice Bone skeleton, a Hardened skeleton, and a Cookman of Vizur here. Vizur? Maybe. This is where the shaman part of this comes into play. You got your auto attacks going, and then you try to save yourself with, oh no. I see with great interest that I'm actually in recover mode instead of in healing mode. I wonder if I can fix that during combat. Maybe. I don't think it's gonna help. I'm a little too far behind, probably. Yeah. Smashed. Wow. Alright, let's respawn. Now, the worst part about respawning is that you have to cast all of your buffs again. So let's start with these two clicky ones, and let's get back into the divine stance instead of the recover stance. What a shame. So now I've got to come over here. We got to load the buffs set so that we can get back into all of our various buffed up states, and then we can get all those cast and then load back into the adventuring bar again. So, note to self. Try not to be in the wrong stance, casting or otherwise. I'm in Berserker stance as a melee stance, but you have like caster stances as well, apparently. And so, Divine is the one that I've been doing when I'm running around fighting, and then after fights, in between fights, you can switch over to Recover stance, and if you remember to switch back to Divine later, then that works out alright. Also, you have to make sure that these things actually fully cast. Otherwise, you get into another situation where you're running around without your buffs on. Alright, let's try this again. So we're on difficulty level 1 right now. And as you could see, I was beaten by some yellows on difficulty level 1 when I was in the wrong stance. And I don't know if that would have happened had I been in the right stance and had been started the healing early enough on. But maybe we'll find out in a minute. I also should at some point go through my bags and see what I have that I might need to put on as far as gear goes. Alright, those guys are all still gray. Now, changing the difficulty doesn't seem to change whether they're gray or not. It does change how far they can see and kind of how aggressive they are. Now, I think you can kind of look through a wall somewhat, it seems. If you kind of do like this, right here, you can see over to the other side of this wall. which, you know, might be useful at some points to see into rooms that you're not in. Let's go this way and go toward these skeletons. However, it also seems that guys can see through the wall as well from inside the room, and so you can get attacked from guys who are inside rooms without necessarily using any kind of AoEs or anything like that. Speaking of AoEs, I'm only somewhat familiar with them in this game. I have one thing that kind of does some AoE stuff. I don't know if I have it on this or not, on this bar. I don't think that I do. I got a rawhide mask that can be auto-merged, so let's right-click on it and click auto-merge. And let's just have a look real quick at what we have here. Okay, this thing is not my class, I think. This is a ring. It's +1 cut through it insignia ring. It's got an AC of 2. What do I have on? I don't have anything on. Let's stick that on my finger here. Sure, why not? Let's do it. We've got a bronze dagger. That will certainly not be something that I need right now. What else do I have? I've got some leather boots, AC of 4. That's not good enough. Here's another ring. Interestingly, it's a little bit better than the ring I just put on, and then a platinum ring that has agility of 2. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing here. There's a mallet head, no idea what that's for. Value is absolutely nothing. Definitely don't need any of those things. How about the woven girth? It's got an AC of 2, it's a belt. I already have something with an AC of 3, so no. How about some leggings with AC of 4? Leggings, we've got 5. I don't know, it's looking like I'm doing all right now and don't really need to change anything out. This bloodstone ring looks pretty useless at the moment, unless we can get some more stuff to go on it. We've got some shoulder pads, AC of 4. Okay, that's a little bit better than my cloth shawl, sure. Let's switch those out. There we are. Put on something a little better. This says it goes in the primary and secondary slot, this greater lightstone, but I don't really know what it does. There was some indication maybe it lights things up. I don't know. Let's do what? Let's replace my cloth choker for the moment just to see if it. No, let's not, because you know what? I don't really want to attune it at the moment. Let's put that bag down well, not exactly where we got it, but close enough. Okay, these rawhide leggings are an AC of 5. I think that's a little bit better. Nope, there it's exactly the same. How about these pristine studded leather gloves here? We've got AC of 5, mana of 5, wisdom of 2, and dexterity of 2. That seems promising. What do I have on right now? They're also AC of 5. They don't have all the other cool stuff. Let's trade those out. Okay, I think that's all the upgrades that I want to do at the moment from my dags. Onward. See if we have anybody in here to fight me too. We've got a dreadbone hanging out. Alright, we got another rusty warhammer we can merge. Ah, here are those guys. Well, ran right into them, the footmen and all that. Definitely doing a little bit better at this footman, however. He only has one guy with him, and it's a dreadbone. He's doing a lot of scowling at me and whatnot. Possibly I should have killed the dreadbone first. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen him cast anything. But then again, I may have just not noticed. It doesn't seem to have any sound or anything that goes off when they're casting. Or, if it does, then maybe he hasn't cast, or maybe I haven't noticed. We got some more pristine studded gloves. Pristine studded leather gloves? Is that something that I want to put something with? I don't know. Where are they? Did I already have them on? Maybe? Who knows? Let's check. Yes, I do have them on, and it did automatically raise them up whenever I merged it with the auto merge. That's awesome. I didn't know if it would on your person or not, but apparently it will. You got cloth pants. Let's go ahead and set that to auto merge as well. And then move it. Now to try not to fall down the stairs, because when you fall down the stairs, it hurts. Interestingly, you don't seem to be able to just pull one of these, or at least I haven't been able to yet. Normally in EverQuest 2, you can kind of do a body pull and not get all the guys on you who would otherwise get on you. But in this, it seems to not really matter, as far as I can tell. I could be wrong pretty easily on that. If one of them attacks you, though, it seems like another nearby guy will. Alright. It's all looking good so far. Hey, Glad, how you doing today? I'm over in Fallen, beating up some hardened skeletons at the moment. Ah. There's one behind me as well. Rude. I don't know which one I should kill first, but I feel like the elf skeleton makes sense. He seems like he would be more likely to be a caster type. I don't know if he is or not, but it seems like he would be. So far he hasn't seemed to use any of his mana, so that implies that he's not. Quad says, are those old hardened skeletons? This one's an icebone skeleton. But I did fight some hardened ones a moment ago, and there's some down the hall. We also have that Gynoc fellow down there, I believe his name is. He was red to me yesterday, but it looks like he's yellow to me today. Or Guy Rock, is that his name? Possibly. He's wandering back and forth a little bit. He doesn't seem like he's going to attack me from where he's at, but he's definitely roaming the area. Guy Rock Moltor, I believe is his name. I think that if he attacks me, probably this hardened skeleton will too. I don't know if the hardened skeleton attacks me, if he will, but let's find out. Maybe I wait for a second. Let's go into recover stance and get a little bit of mana back, and then we'll see if we can get the hardened skeleton without getting Gyrock Moltor. I don't know if we can or not, but we can certainly try. We've got you know what, I'm going to move this disarm over. I think I'll move it over here. And then I'll be attacked by all of the people in the world. That was not entirely expected. It should have been, but it wasn't. This is not going well, I can say that. Definitely not in the right stance for this. I was in the process of trying to heal up for the fight. What a shame. Alright, let's respawn. Okay. Now to put back on those 2 quickies, and then let's load spell set buffs and try this again. Wow. What a shame, huh? What a shame. Quad says pours out some coffee for Ted Kip. Yeah, it was... Ah, boy. Who knew? My own fault. There was no reason whatsoever that I should have walked forward and then buffed up. Should have just buffed up where I was at. I think it's highly possible that I'm also not using all of my spells at this level. They don't go automatically onto your hotbar. You have to go and find the spells, and I didn't do that after leveling, so I have no idea if I have them on or not. Or if I have them available for me to use or not. I do know that I should probably, okay, if I go over here, go to adventuring, I feel like there are some things on here that I might should change out. Like I have a minor healing that I have yet to actually use. It heals for 20 points. The light healing heals for 65 points. And so I feel like I can probably dump the minor healing for now from this bar. And let's see what all we have over here. I think there is this Chords of Dissonance here. I don't know. I think that I might not be able to play that unless I turn off my, what is the name? Symphonic Aura. So I don't know if I want that on right now, but I do have some other spells. I've got this Levitate. Forms a cloud of dense air around your feet, allowing you to float slightly off the ground for up to 20 seconds. I'm not sure what exactly the purpose of it is. Maybe it's to fly over something. Maybe you can get over a crevice or something. Quad says, yes, the hot bar kung fu is strong in Everquest. I've noticed that. It's interesting. And it's got a spell bar, and then it has hot bars. And the hot bar is fine. I'm very used to hot bars from Everquest too. But the spell bar thing, having very limited slots and all that, is something that I'm not used to. Now, there's a way to get more slots on your spell bar over here, and maybe I need to get that at this point. Oh, look, I have Shrink. That's cool. So apparently I got that at level 15. So I guess in addition to getting my my ogre turned into a skeleton, I could potentially shrink him as well. I don't know how to do that yet. But let's see. We have some different things going on here. We have something called Drowsy. Inflicts your target with a drowsy fever, slowing their attack rate. Now that seems like it could also be useful. So that's a possibility. Those are buffs. We've got Spirit of Snake. Fills your target with the Spirit of Snake, increasing their charisma. That could be good right before trading. I think I've said that before and forgot about it. We've got a Boastful Bellow that pushes back the target. It looks like it requires singing and, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I would want to use that right now because it only does 9 damage. Not sure. Hey, we have a root now. How cool is that? Causes the earth to adhere to your target's feet, preventing them from moving. That could be very useful. The thing is that I think you have to have it on your spell bar to use it, so I'm not really sure. We also have Purifying Rhythms, a mystic tune that offers your group protection from poison, disease, and magic. That seems very useful. It has a very short duration. I assume it's probably one that we could have auto casting. Like, say, for instance, what if I got rid of minor healing off of this hotbar? Then we could move, maybe we could move Purifying Rhythms down onto the hotbar, and perhaps. Let's click it and see if we can put it right here where Hymn of Restoration is. I don't know. Or no. Let's see. What if we put it where light healing is? Can we do that? No, because I think that it doesn't like me having light healing there. So let's click off of there, right click light healing, and then try to memorize purifying rhythms to this slot, and then put light healing back over there. Let's see if that works. Looks like it does. Then I would want to come here, right click on this, and save this as my adventuring slot. Do I want to save it? Sure, let's do it. Now, I think, well, I don't know. I think that maybe we have that casting. I think I have 4 that are on Symphonic Aura. Not certain of that. Let's go on forward here and see what else we have. We have Walking Sleep. That's the one that gives it a listless fever, slowing its attack. We've got Bind Affinity. Finds the soul of the target to their current location. Use of this spell is often limited to towns and cities. We've got Spirit Strike. Creates a rift of bitter cold, causing between 74 and 78 damage to your target. Now, what do I already have over there? It's Frost Rift, which does 29 and between, well, it's just 29 even damage. So it feels like Spirit Strike is probably a better one to have there. It's got the same kind of a symbol, so maybe this is an upgrade for that. Let's try removing this and putting Spirit Strike there instead. Now we have Keelan's Lucid Lullaby, a quiet lullaby that causes your target to fall into an enchanted sleep. Affects creatures up to level 30. That seems good. I wonder if we could do a bar here. Make a new bar that just says like lull, right? Maybe we can lull. I don't know that that will be incredibly useful, because then how do we switch back to the other one? I'm not sure. It might be somewhat useful though, because well, hold on, I don't want to say this as lull, but I don't want to be in that bar and then have to switch to another bar in order to fight while I have something else on me. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's useful or not. Okay, so this we can cast from the bar. I wonder if we can cast any of these other things from the hot bars instead of from the spell bar. Maybe, I don't know. Can I cast Tainted Breath, for instance? It's a red thing. I don't know. Let's go back. Maybe I didn't have to put that in the hotbar. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. So can I drag this? Okay. So it says it's a spell, and currently selected spell can be permanently removed from your spellbook. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Now, why on earth would I want to remove something from my spellbook permanently? That sounds like a horrible idea. All right. Let's go on to the next page where we have Grow. We can increase the size of the target, increasing them and causing them to appear more imposing. That doesn't really seem like something that I would want to do. We do have the Shrink. That seems better. Can't actually. Let's see. Can we put it on this bar? No, we cannot. All right. As suspected, none of these things would go on the hotbars. Well, let's close this, and I think we press V to go into the alternate advancement window. And somewhere here, I think, oh, you know what? I forgot about the forage thing. We could be foraging periodically and not finding anything. That's a great way to get the skill up, I think. We also have this. What's this do? Passive ability increases your foraging skill cap by 50 points. Well, that seems like it could be cool later on, maybe. I don't know, because I haven't successfully foraged yet. But there's some way to increase our number of spell gems. And I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere in this. Maybe it's special. No, maybe it's class. It doesn't look like it so far, but maybe. Let's try archetype. It's the last one on the list. Maybe I just didn't see it too as another quite high possibility. Or didn't recognize it for what it was. Like what's Master of All, for instance? This passive ability allows you to gain a second specialization. Specialized schools with magic benefit from a reduction in mana cost and fizzle chance. Well, that's interesting. We've got Mastery of the Past, makes it impossible for you to fizzle level 20 or lower spells. Mental Clarity increases your mana regen by 1 point. That's cool. Ah, here it is. I think this is it. Mnemonic Retention. That says it increases the capacity of your spellcasting window, allowing you to memorize 1 additional spell, which seems like a good thing. Give me just a second. I think somebody's at the door. Yep, never mind. Weird. All right, I'm back. Someone was at the door, but no one of consequence. Okay, back to this mnemonic retention here. Okay, I think I do want that, right? That feels good. Looks like I have 11 AA points just sitting in the window here. And almost I have another one because I'm 94% into it. So, that's really interesting. So in this window here, the AA XP bar is orange. But over in this window over here, the AA XP bar is green. How odd. Okay. Mnemonic retention it is. Let's grab it. Okay. I tried to grab it. Maybe I'm still grabbing it. Who knows? Hard to say. Well, I see no evidence. Well, okay, I'm kind of glowing. Maybe I was already glowing though. No idea. Maybe I can't get it yet. That's another possibility. What about oh, interesting. Can activate. Okay, so this is just a filter. Interesting. Okay. So now I have no filter on it. Let's see if it's still there. Where did it go? I don't know. Archetype? Yes. Mnemonic retention. And I think I didn't manage to get it. Filter only trainable abilities, etc. I clicked it again. Huh. Well, interesting. I have no idea what happened. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's a filter. Also, it's just okay, weird. So we have a buy all button here, purchase multiple ranks of the selected ability, or we have train, purchase the selected ability. Let's go with train. Are you sure you want to spend 1 ability point to train in mnemonic retention? Why, yes, we certainly do. Okay, so we got it, and now we have another slot. Of note, it added it to the bottom, not to the top, which is interesting. It's very interesting. I think I might want 2 of those at least, right? So let's get another one. And then maybe we can put the lull spell on there. I don't know. Don't know what we want to put on here. But certainly, I feel like the lull spell makes sense. We've got 2 more slots, so we could actually put something on the buff window as well now. Hold on, let's go here. And the lullaby, okay, first and foremost, we have to move some of these things down because they are auto-casting. And let's see if Purifying Rhythms is currently active. It would be a short one, and it doesn't actually look like those things are casting, possibly. Maybe I have that not on at the moment for some reason. How do I turn it on? Haha. I think I go here. Go to class. It says it's enabled, maybe. May or may not say that, yes, it is. It's enabled. Okay, so it's only doing 3 songs at the moment. Let's get another one. Let's do Train on This. And then we'll be doing 4, I think. It's currently disabled. Purchase the zero cost drink to enable its effects. So, it's very curious. Do I have to click it again? I think so. Are you sure you want to spend 0 ability points? Yes. Okay. So now we can do 4 bard songs, which I think is what I want. Claims to be enabled at this point. We do have Spirit of the Wolf going, so that's promising. Do we have Purifying Rhythms? Who knows? Doesn't look like it. Let's try removing Purifying Rhythms and then putting it down at the bottom. If I can find it again. Well, it's a whole question, isn't it? There it is. Found it. Now, did that turn it on? It's not really looking like it did. I have this handy dandy button over here. Oh, wait, you know what? It's because I'm still... No, I don't know. Maybe if I stand up at this point, though, it will cast? Let's see. Don't know. Did that work? It did. Because there's a couple of things that came on. We do have the Purifying Rhythms. Jonathan's Whistling War Song and Hymn of Restoration all came on. And I already had, I think, the Silo's Accelerando perhaps on here. Maybe not. Yes, it did. Okay. So now, I want to try to move the Hymn of Restoration down to the bottom. So I have to right-click it to get rid of it. Then I have to go here to this and find the Hymn of Restoration again. Move it down to the bottom. There it is. Move it down here. Now all 3 of those things should be auto-casting. Let's close that window and then try to find what I need to put here, which was, I think I want to have a lull on here, which, okay, this slows the attack rate, which seems good. And then we have this lullaby that causes the target to fall into an enchanted sleep. So I feel like the thing that makes them go into an enchanted sleep ought to go right here by my autocast stuff. And then maybe, you know what? I could actually put the Chant of Battle down there too. Apparently I didn't have it down here with those things. So what if I put the Chant of Battle down there? And then put another spell slot, possibly? No, that's not what it's called. Another of the symphonic aura things down. Let's try that. Let's get rid of the Lucid Lullaby here. And I think I want to put it one up from there. If I can find it again. Yes, Lucid Lullaby there. Then let's move the chant of... You know, I think I have the chant of battle casting though, don't I? With the melody thing, potentially. I don't know. It's all very confusing. Okay. It doesn't look like it's cast right now, but of course that's because I'm sitting down and everything has expired, right? Just questions. Let's stand up and see what happens. Do I cast all the things? Yes, you do. So, is the chant of battle casting? That is the question. I think possibly that... I don't know. Nope, I'm not sure. There's a / melody command that you can select different bars. And I had that going, but I don't know. I don't know that it stays on to do that. So let's just try doing it this way. Let's remove the chant of battle. And then try putting it down lower. So that we can do the symphonic aura up to there. In which case, this is the lull, that's a heal. That makes sense to me. So then I would want something else above it. It's probably... How about the root? I think the root makes sense there. If I can find it. There it is. Root. Alright, so let's put the root here. And then, let's add a 5th spell gem, if I can, for the Keelan's Lucid Lullaby to go off of its own volition. I think that might work. Let's click V, and we want to train this. And then... with 3 AA points left. So then I want to train it again to enable it, spend 0 points to do that. And now we're at 10 of 10. We've got 5 that'll go off of their own volition, I believe. Looks like it, judging by the short countdowns that are on those buffs. So, excellent. That seems good. Alright, we're getting a little bit better. I say that, and probably in a moment I'll get killed in some silly way. I do have my buffs on, good for me, excellent. Alright, let's go try this skeleton rod over here. See how it goes. Now, I do have the root now. And I think that could come in handy. Let's come over here just to, I don't know, look at the room, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing at any given moment. So, for one thing, I want to go into this room, go down this way, right? And not fall directly on top of guys. Those are now gray to me. I've been coming this way and doing something in here, but I may have out-leveled this area, maybe not. Something is attacking a couple of somethings, a few somethings, we could even say. A myriad of somethings. Uh-oh, that seems bad. Well, now to find my heal. There it is. Moved things around, unfortunately. Who knows what's going to happen? I think I should probably be okay, and I could use this opportunity to try out that lull, but I just don't really see the point. I think we've got this. Could do... Oh, it's root. I actually don't know if I got... I did get the lull on there. Great. Alright. So I could try it. Let's do it on the pet for fun. Let's lull the pet, just to see how that works. And then we'll switch back to the Acolyte for the attack. Okay. Now, it seems like it takes quite a little bit of time to cast lull, and I actually killed the thing, its owner, before the lull went off, I think. Interesting. We got a bottle of release from the Lesser Mummy. I don't know what that's for. It just says quest. I don't know if that's something that we could drink or not, but I've just been sticking it into the other window for now, the storage. That's the one. So I probably killed everything in the vicinity. That door, okay, where does it lead? Have I been in here before? I don't know, possibly. Okay, let's try starting out with a lull on this guy, if I can find it. It is there. It's a red, okay. Red background means it's for attacking, I think. Oh, interesting. So even while I'm doing the lull, they aggroed onto me. Alright, interesting. Okay, so I see that the lucid lull is still... It looked like still being cast, but surely not because I was able to move, right? Or maybe it was just telling me that the effect was still happening? I really don't know. Uncertainty reigns supreme. We can loot this here at Malachite. Let's stick it into the store. We'll store it in wherever it went. Alright, we also have a rawhide wristbands here. That seems good. Let's auto-merge. And we've got something behind us, so let's back up a little. And then we'll loot that. I almost cast this lullaby thing when I'm actually trying to attack. Alright, we got a rawhide gorget. Is that how that's pronounced? I'm not sure. I've never seen the word gorget, I don't think. Or Gorget. Gorget? Who knows? Let's auto-merge and then loot that. DC Raid Boss says, what's your class mix? It is a Berserker, Bard, Shaman. And I don't know what I'm doing. So, you're welcome to ask me any questions and I will answer them to the best of my ability, but I very well may not know the answer. So what if we try to lullaby this guy? Okay, there's the casting bar. So when it says the lucid lullaby up there, I think it just means that it's still working, it's still going. Which is awesome. So that means, I guess, that it took, and that guy's going to sit there, happily not attacking me, which gives me maybe the opportunity to pull. I don't know, will it be in combat with me as soon as that wears off? Let's just wait around and find out. It does show that I'm still in combat, so I think that guy would attack me as soon as that wears off. So, let's just come and attack him first. How's about that? Now, apparently, while the lullaby is going, it looks like I can't cast any other spells. I wonder if there's a way to cancel that in case I want to cast a spell. What if I... Yes, if I just click on the spell bar, it does seem to cancel the lullaby. So, that's definitely good to know. DC Raid Boss says, Gorget, I think it is. Excellent, thank you. Ambient says, what you're doing is great. Excellent, thank you. Glad to hear it, because it's a mystery to me. Really, the learning curve is something, you know. I played Everquest 2 for many years, and so I thought when this came out that it's supposed to be like Everquest 1, which I never played, and I thought that it would be easy to pick up on, all things considered, but that was definitely not the case. It's an entirely different situation we got going on here, in many, many ways. I definitely like the separation between the lullaby and the rest of these attack type spells. I need to... Alright, so what I could do is cast the lullaby. If we got a big group, I'm thinking I could cast the lullaby on one. They'll run at me. I could cast the root on another one, back up, and have two out of commission if things get hairy in here. That's the thought that I have on those two anyway. Alright, these things are gray. because we're back in this area. Let's try it. How far does the root cast? It does cast from here. How awesome. Well, I guess he's alone because nothing else ran at me. So let's just beat him up with some spells for a second. All right, that was a misinterpretation of the situation. He was not, in fact, alone. Because the gray skeletons, of course, and I should have known that the gray skeletons would also jump in on the action as soon as I attacked something close to it. It's alright. Like I said, we got a learning curve going on here. Fortunately, they were just gray guys, so no big deal. And the second one didn't attack, just that one there. Interesting. I did get another level, and I think that means I might have some new things in this window here. Who knows? Looks like not. If we can assume that things are being put into this window as we get them at the next available slot, which I think is a safe assumption at this point, then I didn't get anything new when I hit level 17. Just level 16 there. Now, somebody was telling me that you don't automatically get all of your spells, and that you have to go and buy them. Sometimes. Now, that guy is not aggroing on me. Okay, that's fine. I don't know if those guys were attacked from down there or not. We're in difficulty level 1 at the moment. And so the range has been increased slightly, I think, from where it was before. What if we try rooting this guy and then lulling someone? And then, so we'll root this one and then we'll try lulling this one if I can find it. And then clicking on the ice-boned one to attack. That seems maybe like a better order, because I don't think that guy down there is a caster. If he was, it would make more sense to get him first. But I think the problem that I have here is that I have the lull going and getting beaten a good bit by this skeleton. I really want to heal up. So, I'm going to take off that lull and do a little healing. That's probably going to be the better option. So probably getting the footman lulled would have been the right way to go. Then root the skeleton and back up, as I had thought at first, and changed my mind about. We'll figure it out. Ambient says, if I recall correctly, they might be listed by levels in categories, from right-clicking empty spell gems too. This works great for seeing what's new when you level and describe all your spells beforehand. Oh, I was reading that and not healing myself. What a shame. Doesn't look good for me. Respawn. By levels and categories from right-clicking empty spell gems. So if I go to K... Oh, I see. Right-click down at the bottom is what you're saying. Rightio, gotcha. So, maybe not right-clicking, maybe left-clicking? Okay, let's try left-clicking there. Okay, no, left-clicking just opens the book. I feel like there is some way to see something with spell set. That's not it. Right-click a spell gem to remove the spell, and then right-click the empty slot. Well, what if... Okay. First of all, I don't think I've saved this spell bar since I made changes. So let's save the spell set as adventuring. Save over? Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Now we're going to have to go to the buff window anyway. So let's load the buff window, which isn't completely full right now. And then... Oh, how interesting. Why did it keep purifying rhythms in terms of restoration? There, I wonder. Odd. Okay. I expected these to not be there when I did that. They came along for the ride, it looks like. Well, let's remove purifying rhythms and then right click. Okay. So we have different things that we can look at. That's damage over time, which is cool to see it in this list. I had forgotten. I'd found this before, and then I forgot about it. So, okay, and then it tells you what spell level they are as well. We have some things that we seem to not be able to use, assuming that those are not for the classes that I have right now. Okay, so we got light healing and minor healing, cool. Regen, healing of restoration. We got statistic skills, eat like cat, armor class is chant of battle. We got charisma, spirit of snake, dexterity, dexterous aura, resist buffs, purifying rhythms, and elemental rhythms. I don't think that I noticed the elemental rhythms before, or maybe I already had it running and just didn't realize it. Another possibility. Stamina, spirit of bear, and then we've got strength, we've got frenzy, and strengthen. Alright. So that was the statistic buffs. We got transport, and that's just the gate. Utility beneficial. Okay, Anthem de Arms, Jonathan's Whistling War Song. Levitate. Miscellaneous is Grow, Shrink, and Bind Affinity. We've got Spirit of Wolf and Sealer's Accelerando on movement, and vision is Spirit Sight. So, how about the utility detrimental? Calm is Keelan's Lugubrious Lament, followed by Enthrall, which is Keelan's Lucid Lullaby. Root is obviously Root. And Slow is Walking, Sleeping, Drowsy. Interesting. Okay, let's put these buffs on. Ambient says it will only swap out what's saved, so you can swap spell sets to change out only a few if you want. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's actually very, very, very helpful. So because I already had those on the bar, it kept them on the bar. Very cool. Alright, so in that case, I could have... Okay, alright, I gotta think about that. That actually makes things very, very different as far as this whole loading and saving spell bars goes. That could be very, very, very beneficial. Ambient says, so if the next time you're at the spells vendor, if you want, you can buy all the spells up to level 50 and then check that category menu when you level to see what's new each time. Interesting. It didn't look like I had anything new, so I am assuming that I didn't get any new spells from that. I don't want to keep Gate, that's for sure. I mean, I don't want to hit Gate. I do want to keep it, I don't want to hit it. Let's see now. I wonder, I don't think I had anything else that was a buff that I didn't have on. So, we're good to go on that. And we can right-click here, load spell set, and go for adventuring, I think. Safely enough. Oh, no, you're good, Ambient. I love the information. No need to apologize at all. It's, as I said, I am pretty dang new to the game. Don't know what I'm doing at all. So any help is definitely always appreciated. Alright, let's now click these two things. We've got this Amulet of Necropotence, which makes us a skeleton. It also increases our intelligence by 14, saves against magic by 11, saves against void by 1, and decreases our HP by 90, which that part's not lovely, but I'll take it because the benefits of being small are helpful. So let me see what we're at here. Takes me a minute to navigate this window. So yeah, 90 decrease is well worth it because we have 1149 HP to start with, so that's fine. Let's see if this guy's still blue or not. He is. So, okay, let's try something. Let's try standing here right by this skeletal excavator and casting Root on that just to see if that's going to aggro this guy or not. Because fighting right beside Skeleton Elrod did not do it earlier. Now, I wonder if there's a chance to break the Root when we cast something at him. I don't know. If not, he's in trouble, let me tell you, because someday I'm gonna get this Spirit Strike to cast. It's gonna be a bad day for him. Hey, we did it. Excellent. It did not seem to break the root to do that. It's very interesting. So he currently has Tainted Breath and Root on it for another 17 seconds. In Everquest 2, doing damage to the target that's rooted can break the root. But I haven't seen any evidence of that happening here. It also did not make this level 7 guy attack me to be standing right beside him hitting that. So there must be a certain degree of higher that we need to be than the creature beside us in order to make it still attack us if it's gray. So maybe if it's just barely gray, then it still will attack. But if it's very gray, then it's not interested in that anymore. Alright. Possibly. Alright, so we'll beat up on these guys for a second. Do you know, I don't know if I switched back. I did, okay. I wasn't sure if I had switched back from the last time I did recover, but I mean, obviously I must have, right, because I'm still alive. You know, this, you know, even it, never mind. I'm not still alive. I died a second ago. Still alive again? Also, I've been forgetting to click the forage spell, which I should do, because, I just want to get that skill up. It doesn't really matter if I get anything or not. I just want to get it to where I, at some point, will be able to get something. I wonder, too, if I click fishing, I know it'll tell me that I can't fish because I don't have a fishing rod equipped. But I wonder if, better back up or I'm not ever going to hit this guy. I wonder if it will get my fishing skill up in spot. Oh my goodness, I have pick lock. I ran into some locked doors earlier and I didn't even think of it that I got that pick lock. Moat of minor potential. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try clicking auto store and see if it goes. Yes, it did go to the currency window. That's phenomenal. I wasn't sure if it would or not. I've been doing it manually. So here's a parrying dagger +2. Let's go ahead and click auto merge and then we'll loot that, and then let's go over here. And I could have done it from that window, I think. But if we go over here to, I think, actions, then we go down to loot window, then I can just search for, let's can search for moat in filters. We go to filters, we search for moat, and then we can put store on all of these guys so that they automatically go into our currency window instead of into our bags. Not any idea why we would want it to go into our bags instead of into our currency window. Feels like that would be the natural thing to do, but maybe not. I forgot again to press forage. I'm also thinking there's a way to make macros, and I don't know very much about it yet, even though I've made some. I've also forgotten how to make some, so there's that. But if I can make a macro, first of all, let's see what happens if I click fishing. Yes, it says you need to put a fishing pole in your primary hand, so it won't let me even get better, I guess, at fishing until, well, maybe though, because it did gray it out like I had done it. We got better at forage. Let's try it again. Okay, you know what? I think I'll keep on. What if I click pick lock? Can't use pick lock on that. Well, yeah, I mean, no. I wonder too. Well, let's see. Let's just run around and fight things for a little bit and see if we run into anything. Got quite a few guys on us, so let's go ahead. Now, I'm just going to beat them up instead of anything else. They're just greens and grays. Not too worried about it. If things get worse, then I'll try to root and back up policy. On Everquest 2, I mained a conjurer for many years, and root and backup is in my skill set for sure. And then I actually made a courser for quite a while as well. Played that on the Race to Track server, which was a time-limited server. That was many years ago now, but still know how to do it. Okay, now to try to remember where I came from. I feel like Cotton Eye Joe over here. Where did he come from? Where did he go? Let's see. I think I do want to go ahead and just click those fishing, foraging, and pick up periodically, because maybe it'll work. Who knows? Maybe it'll get the skills up, even though there's really nothing to fish, forage, or picklock at the moment. We got some splintering club and wooden shield from those fights. Alright, let's click them. Fishing, foraging, picklock. It did make us better at foraging. Picklock and fishing still did not care. I suspect that we're going to have something to pick the lock of, or to forage or something, in order for it to care. Let's pull this guy back into here, so as not to get more guys upon us. And now let's try rooting this guy, and then switching back to our acolyte target, back up a little more down this hall. Alright. Now a little healing. The footman does not seem to have cared about the roots so much, so let's try it again. And now I guess we just attack him after all, because I just killed the guy instead. We became better at hand-to-hand combat. That seems like a good thing. It's up to level 9. Interesting. There for a second I saw the footman's health and thought it was mine. I'm thinking, man, I swear I've been healing. Alright, we got the silver-plated war sword +1 here. Let's click auto merge on that in a minute. Alright, now we've got a hardened skeleton. I think what I'll do is I'll root that guy and then switch over to the acolyte and fight him. The root did not take on the guy. Note. Now, I would like to back up, but I seem to be rooted myself just fine. I wonder if there's any kind of cure potion or cure spell for when you're rooted, or when you're otherwise, maybe when you're stunned, etc. Don't know. I can back up now, so I did. Not that it matters at this point, because it's just a hardened skeleton left. Alright, now, having killed those guys, I'm going to run down to where they were, and then I'm going to go into recover stance to try to get my mana back up. Then, once that happens, I'm going to try to remember to switch back into the divine stance so that I survive. a little bit. Seems like a whole thing. Let's do fishing, foraging, and pickpocketing while we're at it. Make sure that these 2 amulets are going. Or 2 items, I suppose. Let's switch back to Divine now, before I forget, and before we get attacked by something. There are other folks around this area. I think I'm decently okay right now. 97, not too concerned about an elf skeleton who's now white to us here. He used to be, I believe he used to be yellow last time we were in here. Possibly. Now, somebody told me to put the better weapon that you have in your primary hand. Apparently, I guess, does that go off first? I'm not sure. Okay, let's try rooting, and then doing Tainted Breath next. Very good. We got attacked by all kinds of stuff. Let's go to Moltor here. I'm trying to see about getting him. And then I think here in a moment I'm gonna have to take off and get some lunch. Actually, after this fight, I have to open the door, apparently. For many of you, you know that I normally do my streaming at my son's comics and game shop, which is where I am, but I haven't opened yet. And so, apparently, he is locked. The door is locked. And, he needs to use it, so I'm going to be opening that in a moment. Let's auto merge this and then loot it, and then click more buttons here. I could cast a lull on somebody, but then I wouldn't be able to heal, and that doesn't sound like a good day. I could root somebody and back up, which is a much better option, but do I have time to? Would I die if I tried? Yes. Alright, well, that's actually perfect timing, though, because I've got to go unlock the door, and I may as well use that opportunity to take a break and go get some food as well. So, I will end the stream here for the moment, and I should be back later on. Hopefully you guys will be available as well. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me so that you can turn on notifications and see the next time that I go live. And hopefully I'm going to see you all then, and hopefully fairly soon.